Most brothers swap baseball cards. Mine swapped my wife. I'm sitting in my home office at 11:30 on a Thursday night, nursing a whiskey that's older than my marriage, staring at my laptop screen. The glow illuminates Keaton's medical file. Chronic condition, mounting hospital bills, the works. My job as compliance officer at St. Gregory's Hospital gives me access to information most people never see. Tonight, that access revealed something I wish I could unsee. 3 photos on my screen tell the whole story. Brielle's banking conference in Miami happened to coincide with my brother's medical consultation in the same city, same hotel pool, same timestamp, same woman in a neon green bikini I bought her for our anniversary. Apparently, my brother's idea of family bonding includes my wife, a king suite, and lime margaritas, I mutter to the empty room. The front door clicks open downstairs. Brielle's heels tap across the hardwood. Designer shoes she couldn't afford on her HR salary at First National. I close the laptop and grab Keaton's medical report from my printer. The pages feel heavy in my hands, weighted with more than just paper. "Rowan, you still up?" Her voice carries that fake sweetness she uses when she's hiding something. "In the office, honey." She appears in the doorway, still glowing with what I thought was a Florida tan. Her smile falters when she sees the papers in my hand. "How was the conference?" I ask, standing slowly. "Oh, boring seminars about compliance regulations." She fidgets with her purse strap. "Learned about new banking protocols?" "Interesting. I learned something too." I hold up the medical report. "Did you know Keaton's condition is hereditary? Expensive to treat, the kind of thing that gets passed down through families." Her face goes pale. "Rowan, what are you—" "Now all this treasure has been passed on to you." I place the papers on her hands. "Congratulations, Brielle. You've inherited more than you bargained for." She stares at the medical documentation, her hands shaking. The conference story crumbles in real time across her features. "I can explain—" "I'm sure you can. But right now, you should probably call Keaton. He's not answering his phone." She runs from the room, her heels clicking frantically down the hallway. I hear her dialing, whispering urgently into her phone. No answer. Just like I planned. The iron tap serves the kind of whiskey that burns away lies. I'm meeting Red Morrison, my old college roommate turned private investigator, in a corner booth that's seen more confessions than a Catholic church. "You sure about this, Rowan?" Red slides a manila folder across the scarred wooden table. "Once we start pulling threads, the whole sweater unravels." "The sweater's already torn, Red. I'm just deciding who gets left in the cold." Inside the folder, Keaton's financial history, outstanding warrants for unpaid fines, medical liens stretching back 3 years. My brother always was a charmer, just never charmed his way into paying bills. "Here's the beautiful part," I explain, spreading documents like playing cards. "Hospital policy states that next of kin can be held financially responsible for emergency treatment." Brielle signed as Keaton's emergency contact during his last visit. She probably thought she was being helpful. Red whistles low. "That's cold, man." "That's compliance. I've already started the process. Shared bank accounts frozen, credit cards canceled, insurance policies transferred, every move documented, legal, and absolutely devastating. My years in hospital administration taught me that the system has teeth. You just need to know where to bite." My phone buzzes. Text from Brielle. "We need to talk." I show Red the screen. Too late for talking. Time for listening. That evening, Brielle tries to use our joint credit card at Marcelli's, the upscale restaurant where she meets her social circle every Friday. I watch from my car as she approaches the table where Avery Knox and 3 other women wait. Designer handbags, perfect makeup, the kind of friends who measure loyalty in Instagram likes. The card declines, then her backup card, then her personal account. Her phone starts buzzing with overdraft notifications, bill reminders, and automated collection calls. I programmed them all to hit at exactly 8:15. Avery's expression shifts from concern to embarrassment as Brielle's voice rises. Other diners turn to stare. The manager approaches with that apologetic but firm look. Restaurant staff, perfect for these situations. I drive away before the real fireworks start. Sometimes the best revenge is simply watching someone else's world collapse under its own weight. Before we dive deeper into this story, I have one small request. Please subscribe, drop a like, comment, and hit that hype button to boost this channel so more people can discover these incredible Reddit stories. St. Gregory's hospital at 7 a.m. buzzes with the efficient chaos of shift change. I'm reviewing quarterly compliance reports when Dr. Lindley appears at my office door, practically vibrating with gossip. Rowan, did you know your sister-in-law caused quite a scene in billing yesterday? Sister-in-law? Brielle. She's listed as financial guarantor for Keaton Marin's account. Apparently, she had no idea about the outstanding balance. Dr. Lindley's eyes gleam with the satisfaction of someone delivering particularly juicy news. 37,000 and counting. I keep my expression neutral. That does sound complicated. She demanded to speak with administration, very upset about some kind of mistake in the paperwork. Dr. Lindley leans closer. Between you and me, there was no mistake. The signatures are all legitimate. After she leaves, I check Keaton's file. He's been transferred to a private room, upgraded care that Brielle can't afford and can't cancel without his consent. He's unconscious, which makes consent impossible. The bills keep climbing. My phone rings, Brielle's number. You have to stop this, she says without preamble. Whatever you think you know, I know you spent 4 days in Miami with my brother. I know you signed financial documents at the hospital. I know your friends watched you get humiliated at Marcelli's last night. I lean back in my chair. What I don't know is why you thought I wouldn't find out. It's not what you think. It's exactly what I think. The question is, what are you going to do about it? Silence stretches between us. Finally, she speaks, her voice smaller than I've heard in years. What do you want? I want you to understand that actions have consequences. You wanted Keaton? Now you get everything that comes with him. The medical bills, the debts, the responsibility. Rowan, please, enjoy your inheritance, Brielle. I hang up and return to my compliance reports. The numbers always add up, even when lives don't. Sunday brunch at the Riverside Country Club represents everything Brielle values: appearances, status, and the careful cultivation of envy among her peers. She's hosting today, probably hoping to salvage her reputation after Friday's restaurant incident. I arrive uninvited, carrying a tablet and wearing my best suit. The hostess recognizes me. I've attended enough of these functions as Brielle's dutiful husband. Mr. Kerrick, we weren't expecting you today. Last-minute decision. I have some photos from Brielle's recent trip to share with everyone. The private dining room overlooks the river, all floor-to-ceiling windows and white tablecloths. 8 women cluster around Brielle, offering support and fishing for details about her recent financial difficulties. Avery Knox sits at the head of the table, still loyal, but clearly uncomfortable. Rowan. Brielle's face drains of color. What are you doing here? I brought pictures from your Miami conference. I thought your friends would love to see them. I connect the tablet to the room's presentation screen. The first image appears. Brielle and Keaton by the hotel pool, his arm around her waist. The second, them sharing a drink at a beachside bar. The third, entering the hotel elevator together, her hand on his chest. The room falls silent except for the soft clink of someone setting down a coffee cup. These aren't what they look like, Brielle says, but her voice lacks conviction. Avery stares at the screen, recognition dawning. That's your brother-in-law, isn't it? I advance to the next slide. Hospital billing statements with Brielle's signature, financial guarantor agreements, insurance transfers. All legitimate documents, all devastating in context. My wife has been very generous with her time and money lately, I announced to the room. She's taken on significant financial responsibility for Keaton's medical care, $37,000 so far, with more accumulating daily. Jennifer Walsh, the group's unofficial leader, sets down her mimosa. Brielle, is this true? I can explain. The explanation is simple, I interrupt. She made choices. Now she's living with the consequences. Avery stands abruptly. I think we should go. The exodus happens quickly. Whispered apologies, avoided eye contact, the rustle of designer handbags and car keys. Within 5 minutes, Brielle sits alone at a table set for 9, staring at the projection screen where her secrets play on loop. Turn it off, she whispers. I disconnect the tablet. Truth has a way of surfacing, doesn't it? You're destroying my life. I'm revealing your choices. There's a difference. She looks up at me, mascara beginning to smudge. What happens now? Now you figure out how to pay Keaton's medical bills. I hear he needs surgery next week. I leave her sitting in the empty dining room, surrounded by untouched brunch plates and the wreckage of her carefully constructed social life. The parking garage beneath Brielle's office building echoes with the sound of my footsteps. It's Tuesday evening, and I'm waiting by her car with a folder of documents she needs to see. The fluorescent lights flicker overhead, casting shadows that dance between the concrete pillars. Her heels click against the pavement as she approaches, phone pressed to her ear. I don't care what it costs, just make it go away, she's saying. There has to be something. She stops when she sees me leaning against her BMW. I'll call you back, she tells whoever's on the phone, then hangs up. Are you following me now? Just delivering some updates on your financial situation. I hold up the folder. Keaton's surgery is scheduled for Thursday. The estimated cost is $42,000. Your insurance will cover 60%. I'm not responsible for his medical bills. Actually, you are. You signed the guarantor agreement. I have copies right here. She snatches the folder from my hands, scanning the documents inside. Her face grows paler with each page. This is fraud. I never agreed to this. The signatures say otherwise. I had them verified by a handwriting expert. I pull out my phone and show her a photo of the original documents. Your signature, your initials, your date. You forged these. I didn't need to forge anything, Brielle. You signed them willingly when you thought you were helping Keaton. Back when you thought I'd never find out about Miami. She throws the folder at my feet, papers scattering across the garage floor. You can't do this to me. I'm not doing anything to you. The system is doing exactly what it's designed to do. You made yourself legally responsible for Keaton's care. Now you get to experience the full weight of that responsibility. I'll fight this. I'll hire a lawyer. With what money? Your accounts are frozen pending resolution of the insurance fraud investigation. Her eyes widen. What investigation? The one that started when someone reported suspicious activity on Keaton's account. Apparently, there were concerns about unauthorized access to medical records and potential insurance manipulation. I smile. Don't worry, I'm sure it's just a misunderstanding. She backs away from me, her face a mixture of rage and terror. You're insane. I'm thorough. There's a difference. A car engine echoes through the garage as someone else arrives. Brielle looks toward the sound, then back at me. This isn't over, she says. Yes, it is. You just haven't accepted it yet. I walk away, leaving her standing among the scattered papers, the weight of her choices finally settling on her shoulders like a lead blanket. Thursday morning arrives gray and cold, matching my mood as I stand in the hospital corridor outside Keaton's room. Through the window, I can see him connected to various machines, pale and unconscious. Brielle sits beside his bed, holding papers I recognize as surgical consent forms. Dr. Martinez, the attending physician, approaches with a clipboard. Mr. Kerrick, I'm glad you're here. We need to discuss your brother's surgery. Actually, you need to discuss it with her. I nod toward Brielle. She's his financial guarantor and medical proxy. Dr. Martinez looks confused. But your family? She made herself family when she signed the papers. I'm just a concerned observer now. Inside the room, Brielle looks up as we enter. Her eyes are red-rimmed, her usually perfect appearance disheveled. The surgery needs to happen today, Dr. Martinez explains. Without it, his condition will deteriorate rapidly. How much? Brielle asks, her voice barely above a whisper. The total cost will be approximately $68,000. Your insurance covers most of it, but you'll be responsible for roughly $27,000 out of pocket. Brielle's hands shake as she holds the consent forms. I don't have $27,000. There are payment plan options. I don't have any money. My accounts are frozen. My credit cards are canceled. She looks at me with desperation in her eyes. Rowan, please. Whatever you want, I'll do it. Just help him. I study her face, seeing genuine fear for the first time since this started. For a moment, I almost feel sorry for her. Almost. You want to help him? Sign the papers. Take responsibility for your choices. I can't afford. You could afford Miami. You could afford lying to me for months. You could afford destroying our marriage for him. I lean closer. Now you get to afford the consequences. Dr. Martinez shifts uncomfortably. Perhaps we should discuss this privately. No, I interrupt. This is exactly where it needs to be discussed. In the light, with witnesses, with the full weight of reality pressing down. Brielle stares at the consent forms, tears finally spilling down her cheeks. I never meant for any of this to happen. But it did happen. And now you have a choice. Sign those papers and take responsibility for the man you chose over your husband, or walk away and let him face the consequences of your affair alone. The room falls silent, except for the steady beep of medical equipment. Brielle picks up the pen with trembling fingers. I'll sign, she whispers. Good. Because that's the price of betrayal, Brielle. You wanted him? Now you get all of him. The medical bills, the debt, the responsibility. Everything. She signs the papers with shaking hands, each signature binding her deeper to a future she never imagined. When she finishes, she looks up at me one last time. Are we even now? I consider the question, thinking about trust broken, vows shattered, and the careful life we built together reduced to rubble. We're finished, I tell her. That's not the same thing as even. I walk out of the hospital into the cold morning air, leaving behind the wreckage of my marriage and the weight of my revenge. The satisfaction feels different than I expected, not triumphant, but final. Sometimes that's enough.